Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokémon Insurgence. I hope everybody is staying happy, healthy, and safe. So on the last part, we finally made our way up to the top of the Jade Tower on our rescue mission to save the Augur. Unfortunately, it turned out that the Augur did not need saving at all. In fact, he turned out to be the leader of the Sky Cult. And so he broke Damian's heart, and he also broke mine. So once there, we battled East, the gym leader of Helios City, and eventually we battled the Augur's Rayquaza. Damian then came in to save the day. He broke the Augur's crystal, which broke into 3 parts, and certain other people that we don't really care for, grabbed those crystal pieces. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So anyways, you might notice that I have a Flygon following me. I did some training up, so hopefully I won't have to pull any crazy stall shenanigans anymore. So we've got a Flygon, we've also got a Stunfisk, and everyone's trained up to around level 49. Though Flygon is a little bit lower, and Cleaver just took so much experience, unfortunately. I think Cleaver is going to get binged soon, but I do kind of want to show off the Mega Scizor, even though it's really not that great. So Flygon over here. So I got this in the Reside Desert. It's not that good, but we are going to be using it to show off the Mega Flygon. And again, you could have the Flygon by now. It's a hidden item in the Reside Desert. But what I've got for moves here are going to be Bug Buzz, Earth Power, Dracon Voice, and Ancient Roar. These two are new moves for Insurgents, and both really good. They're also sound-based moves, like Bug Buzz. Because Mega Flygon gets the Amplifier ability, which boosts sound-based moves. So they do so much damage, and we just have Earth Power for coverage. Earth Power is really easy to get because there's this hiker in the inside of one of the Rosai caverns, or the Rosai cavern, and he will teach it to you for free. It's the same for Stunfisk over here. Actually, I trained this up, and they both have decent natures, honestly. I mean, Flygons could be better, but it's fine. I don't know what to replace Mudslap with. I really kind of trained this up in a hurry, but it has Muddy Water, T-Bolt, and Earth Power. I might look through the TMs in a second. Charizard is... if I can look at Charizard. Charizard over here is back to its usual self, so it's basically the Delta Charizard Y. So it's got the Dragon Balls, it's got the Shadow Ball, and I'll probably get rid of Taunt or Shadow Sneak and give it Flame Charge, just so I could get those speed boost. Or I could have just kept... I could have kept Dragon Dance, I don't know. Gardevoir is finally trained up, so it has Nuzzle, Calm Mind, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt. I'm not sure if I want to keep Nuzzle, or if I want to give it Moonblast for more coverage. I really like being able to paralyze things and not being taunted from being able to paralyze things. Scizor just hasn't changed. And then we have the Delta Lotad here, which I trained up. It didn't gain any new moves, which is fine. Honestly, I could already see it rolling around with Acupressure and Store Power, because Acupressure gives you a +2 in a random stat. So you get enough of those, and you get maybe one of them in speed, and suddenly you could just sweep everything. But I really wanted to evolve this on screen, so that's kind of what we're going to do really quickly. So I'm just going to go into my bag here. I'm going to pop a rare candy onto my Delta Lotad. And we're going to evolve it into Delta Lombre. Absolutely beautiful. So I just want to take a look at this really quickly before we turn him into a Ludicolo. Still same ability and still awful nature. Said you could be adamant. But it looks really cool. It's going to look even cooler when we evolve it into a Ludicolo. So it evolves from Lombre into Ludicolo the same way as its normal form does. You a Water Stone. Unfortunately, we can buy them at the department store. So that's really, really fortunate. And this will give us the Magician, the Wizard, Ludicolo. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I actually like his beard. So that is going to be the Delta Ludicolo taken care of. Anyway, something I didn't show off on the last part is if you go into any Pokemon Center and you heal up after defeating the Augur, will get a special message here. Breaking news. We are live with an exclusive interview with a hiker recently rescued from the Razai Cavern. It's good to have you on. It's good to be on, ma'am. Can you describe the situation for our audience? Well, you see, my family and I were mining around in that cave. We heard there were rare artifacts and all. We found this funny old scroll. Turns out these sky cultists up top wanted it, and they threatened us. I'm sure that must have been scary for you and your family. Oh, it was, ma'am. But our very own Augur found us, told us everything would be okay. He lifted us out and helped my family and I. I couldn't ever repay him for anything like that. I just know the Augur is going to take down them sky cultists. What a fantastic man. Won't believe a word against him. No siree. Thank you so much for joining us. This concludes our special broadcast. Sorry about that. I'm so glad the Augur is here to protect us. People like the Sky Cult. We hope to see you again. Oh man, even Nurse Joy is taking the Augur's side. So anyways, inside of this Pokemon Center, I actually have to stop off at my secret base. So, inside my secret base, this is actually where I did most of my training. For a while, I was actually just training off of Clint Eastwood, the Elder who you could find in the deck nav here. I think he's right down over here. But I decided to train up the fast way, and I used the Audino trainer. It didn't cost me that much. For training all the Pokemon that I trained up, it only took me like 20,000 Pokédollars. Also, fun fact, in the early stages of Pokemon Insurgence, when this went up to like 3 or 4 gyms, you would actually make money off the Audino trainer. He would pay you out to defeat him. It was kind of a bug, but it was a fun one. But anyways, I'm here to talk to the flag guy here. So in between parts, I kind of collect some flags here and there. I take little steps. So I've reached 50 flags, and I will now get the Stunfisk kite from him. Also, I have 60 flags, so he'll give me some more rare candies. But the Stunfisk kite is mainly what I want here, so let's give it to Stunfisk over here. I think I might check the TMs and see what I can do here. Alright, so that's pretty unfortunate. So I gave Charizard Flame Charge now, so I gave it over Taunt. No, I gave it over Shadow Sneak. But I couldn't find anything to replace that final move slot for Stunfisk, which is really annoying. So it's just going to have a useless 4th move. But either way, I think it's time that we actually finally left Helios City. So we're going to go ahead and exit the Pokemon Center, and we're going to be making our way all the way up over here to the upper left. I'm going to go ahead and spray some Repel. If I haven't already, actually. Okay, I haven't. And we're going to surf all the way down here. Again, if you tried to leave Helios City earlier, there would have been a Sky Cultist standing like right here, and she would have blocked you off. Also, battle this Bugcatcher if you want. Just kind of know that he's chilling down here, and, you know, he's free money, he's free experience. You might want to battle him. So welcome to the Steamy Cave. Put on the encounters on the screen right here. There's actually some pretty cool encounters here. I really like some of them. For one of them, which is Gigalith, it's really cool because one of Gigalith's normal abilities is actually Sandstorm, which is insane. I mean, granted, we've made it to Helios City, so you could have Trait Evolution at this point. Still pretty cool. However, this cave itself is really basic. There's a bunch of trainers, and there's like one item on this floor, and that's basically it. I kid you not, there's not much we can do here. I think that item is up over here, but we need Rock Climb to grab it. Yeah, it's right up here. So we can't grab that TM for quite a while. But that's fine, because we can exit out here into Utira Town. Also, I really like those Swirlo that fly above head. It's a good attention to detail. Over here in Utira Town, First off, we can grab a hidden Carbos right on that tree as soon as we get here, and I'm actually going to take a detour towards the south of the town. We're going to start from the south of the town, and we're going to kind of work our way up. I'm actually making my way over here. There's nothing, I don't want to call this insignificant, but it won't help you out in the game per se. The markings on the stone detail the life of Satoru Iwata. Wishes him a sweet and peaceful. So you might be wondering who this man is, if you don't know. But Satoru Iwata was the president and CEO of Nintendo until 2015. He was also the head producer for many Nintendo titles. But even bigger still to me was his contributions to the Pokémon series. And I'm not just talking about the mainline games, but even some of the spin-offs like Ranger or Mystery Dungeon. He's been helping out with Pokemon titles since Red and Blue, and one of his greatest contributions to the series as a whole, at least in my memory, and I think a lot of other people would agree with this, but it goes all the way back to Gold and Silver, Crystal. You know how in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, there are two sections of the game. You have the post-game with Kanto, follow up your adventures in Johto. Well, that was only possible because he was so skillful at compressing the code and the files in those games enough to free up space that that whole second region could be put on the cartridges. That was basically all of his doing. So he was just immensely talented, and his loss still kind of stings to this day. Anyways, moving on from that gloomy bit of news, over here we can actually find the taxi guy. I finally used him enough in between episodes that I got the VIP pass. Over here is a fire breather. He will trade you a Slugma for anything, but that's not really a good trade. I'm assuming that most of the somewhat useless trades like this are basically there for you to get more ID numbers for the lotto. But you could actually grab a Slugma in the Steamy Cave if you want, so it's kind of useless. Over here we'll find a Skitty that's holding a normal gem, and we want to talk to this lady as well. You do me a favor. I've been searching through the library for ages, and I couldn't find the book I was looking for anywhere. It's about moonlight and healing moves. If you could find it for me, I could give you something in return. Alright, that's nice of her. If we continue on over this way to the left, we'll find another house, and this hiker over here will trade you a Drillbur or any dragon type. You could have had Drillbur since like Midna Mine, so it's not that big of a deal. Aside from that, there is a notable NPC over here, but I think I'm going to get back to him. So instead we'll skip over here, up to this girl here for a Max Revive. It's really nice. That's a really good item. Would help you out. And inside here is actually something really good. So if we talk to this Jumpluff, it will actually give you the TM for Substitute, which is just huge. That's such a good TM. And we're going to talk to this Black Belt as well. Hey kid, think you could do me a favor? I'm trying to train up my fighting type team, but I'm having trouble deciding on the best moveset. There's a book in the library called the Fighting Compendium. It could help. I haven't been able to find it. You can get it for me. There'll definitely be a reward in it. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. So with that, I'm going to save right here. I'm going to check over my team. I think I'm actually okay with Flygon being in the front for this one. So, I'm going to save and head on into the library. Oh, no we're not. Oh, sorry. Oh, hey, Icy. So glad you can make it. Welcome to Utira Town. It's a beautiful place. Nora, Icy's finally here. Icy, am I glad to see you. Heard about what happened at the Jade Tower. That's horrific. hard to believe that the Augur was really the leader of the Sky Cult all along. If anything, though, it just makes what we're doing here even more important. Remember, a while ago, when we first met, I told you about some ancient prophecy about the Pixies? This right here is the Utira library. It has the biggest collection of books in the region. Figured that if any one place would have information on or even have that prophecy, it would be here. Amy and I are skimming through the shelves trying to find information. I'd appreciate it if you could help us out. But first, you and I... Hey, wait, you said I could go first. Damian and I both have Mega Rings and Mega Evolutions on our teams now. I wanted to test my team against yours. So does Damian, though. We shouldn't waste too much time. Why don't you pick? We're rivals after all. But we should try to keep each other on our toes. Who do you want to battle? What I pick here isn't really that significant because I'm going to show off both battles either way. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick Nora for this. Or actually, let's start with Damian. Alright then, Icy. I hope you're ready to lose, because I'm not going to hold back. Alright then. So we'll be starting off against Damien here. Again, this is going to be kind of a display for Mega Flygon here. So, no set ability for the Groudon, no held item. It has Taunt, Sword Stance, Crunch, and Crab Hammer. It's actually pretty strong. So I'm just going to pop that Mega button, and we're going to Bug Buzz this thing. So we are absolutely going to destroy this Groudon. So that's fine. Next up is going to be the Delta Blastoise. Again, this would be his Delta starter. And since his Delta Blastoise is probably his Mega, well, it is his Mega, then that's what we'll use. So it has the Shadow Sneak, it has Dark Pulse, it has Aura Spear, and it has Iron Defense, and it will have Mega Launcher once it Mega Evolves. So I'm just going to go for the Bug Buzz. Mega Flygon is a dragon, or not dragon, but it's a ground and bug type. So Bug Buzz is actually stab on this. Next up is going to be the Metang, Clear Body, Psychic, Agility, Meteor Mash, Iron Defense. This is kind of what we have Earth Power for. We could also go for Bug Buzz, but they're both kind of stabbed, so it doesn't matter. Then we have the Luxray here. So since I don't see Intimidate, that means it's Rivalry. Has Swagger, Thunder Fang, Crunch, and Scary Face. We'll just go ahead and Earth Power this. One more. And finally, we'll have Shaman, which is going to be his Pixie. Natural Cure, Beach Seed. I think it has Natural Gift, Sweet Scent, and Synthesis as well. Really doesn't do much. I'm just going to Bug Buzz and knock it out. And that is going to be Damien. How is it that I haven't even beaten you once? Well, usually the skilled player wins. That's how it works. Now if you battled me, it'd be a completely different story. Anyways, Amy and I are going to head back in to keep searching. If you could help out, we would really appreciate it. Let us know if you find anything interesting. She comes across very strong, doesn't she? She's not even doing any work. She's left it all to me. While I've been searching, she's been sitting around reading books on ancient Unovan languages. Of all things. I should probably go back in. If you could help out, I'd appreciate it. Oh, I nearly forgot. I found this on my coat after I got kidnapped back in Vipec City. It's just a hair, but I think it's one of those from one of those abyssal cultists. I'm not sure if it'll be useful to you, but Mew needs DNA to transform, right? Hopefully that'll help you out sometime in the future. Anyways, come and give us a hand. So that was the Damian battle. Next up, I'm going to soft reset, and we're going to go ahead and battle Nora instead. Alright, so once again, I'm going to go ahead and choose one of them to battle. Nora this time. Ha! Told you he'd rather battle me. Let's get started then. We're going to see the true power of Mega Evolution. She is really cocky, honestly. I can understand why a lot of people don't like her, so I'm going to be starting out with the Stun Disc this time. She starts out with the Doublade, no guard. It's actually holding the Eviolite. It's Iron Defense, Night Slash, Power Trick, and Iron Head. Honestly, I think she is supposed to be the stronger battler here, so that's kind of expected. So I'm going to Mega Evolve our Stunfisk here, and we're going to hit this with an Earth Power. So that can Iron Defense all at once. We're just gonna knock it out. That thing has Eviolite too. That's insane. So with this, she is going to send in Flygon. I don't know if I actually want to stay in. I might want to swap out, honestly. That Flygon could be kind of scary. I want to check something, actually. I really don't have anything to hit Flygon with either. Then again, Stunfisk has kind of done its job, so yeah, I'll stay in. So, has Levitate, has Flygonite though, so that's going to turn into Amplifier anyways. It has Hyper Beam, Dragon Claw, Dragon Rush, and Bug Buzz. So it's not the greatest of movesets, but it is probably a bit better than Damien's, honestly. I'd say. Then again, Damien only needs 2 pulse moves. I think we'll go ahead and Earth Power, yeah. Go for the stab. It should still be a ground type. So we can actually see this thing from the front now. Oh, that's right, that's kind of resisted. Ooh, I should Muddy Water then. Alright, it turns out I was wrong all this time. It is a dragon bug type. I don't know why I thought it was a ground bug type. I'm really not sure. Either way, I can go ahead and probably just send in Cleaver here for the cleanup. Just Ice Shard here, and that should finish it off. I can't believe I was saying that it was a bug ground type for the longest time. I'm just kind of shaking my head in shock right now. So Floette is about to come in, so I think I'll show off Gardevoir for a bit. That's fine. I definitely should have been using Earth Power, and I probably could have taken it out. That's just ridiculous on my part. I don't know where my head was. So Floette here has Flower Veil, no item, has Petal Blizzard, Aromatherapy, Misty Terrain, and Moonblast. I'm just going to call Mind Up on it. I'm not really too worried. So it can't do anything to me. I don't think I need to set up too much on this. So I can just go ahead and Ice Beam this, knock it out completely. Easy, easy. Next up is going to be Celebi. No item, Natural Cure, Magical Leaf, Ancient Power, Baton Pass, Natural Gift. So I'm going to go ahead and just Ice Beam right here. And knock out the Celebi. And finally is going to be Bonnie. Swarm or Chlorophyll, doesn't matter. No item, Leaf Blade, X-Scissor, Entrainment, and Sword Stance. It's going to set up the Sword Stance, but I'm just going to knock it out with an Ice Beam. So Delta Gardevoir is a very strong special attacker. And it's actually pretty bulky on the special defensive side too. Oh, for Jarn's sake. I can't believe I lost again. How do you keep beating me? Anyways, Damien and I are going to head back in searching. If you could help out, we would really appreciate it. Let us know if you find anything interesting. The rest of the text here is pretty much the same thing, so we will still get the hair from the Abyssal Cultist as well, and we'll be able to head on in to the library. I just want to get out my map for the library. And we're going to head on in. We have the Lavender Town music at it yet again. Over here we have this lovely librarian. His name is Zachary. He's made it his goal in life to instill the love and joy of reading in young kids. Well, that's nice. So, we're actually going to be exploring this from the left side over. So for starters, here in this room, there should be a book on the right side called Healing in You. One of the ladies asked us, or the citizens of Utira Town asked us to find that. So now we kind of have. Over here is probably one of my favorite parts of the library. This is the move tutor, who has spent years researching the strongest of moves possible. So we have a huge list here. Everything from like Fake Out, Covet. Covet is basically a normal type thief, so that's pretty cool. Fang, Endeavor, Lock. Astro Acid and Worry Seed are really good for getting rid of an opponent's ability. Helping Hand is pretty good for doubles, but we don't have a lot of doubles in this game. Baton Pass, Celebrate. Celebrate has no purpose in this game, I'm pretty sure. If we had Z moves, this would be amazing. However, one move that I do want to point out is Happy Hour. Happy Hour is really cool. So what Happy Hour does is the Pokemon using it in battle will actually double the prize money, and it stacks with the Amulet Coin. If you were to use this in the Amulet Coin with something like Elder Clint Eastwood, you would be getting at least like 10,000 Pokédollars a battle, which is pretty good. Bad news is there's only a few Pokemon that can learn it. Typically in the main series games, the only Pokemon that get this move are event Pokemon. So this is kind of the same way here. The Pokemon that can get this would be Pikachu, Meowth, Magikarp, Delibird, Rachi, which you're not going to have, Greninja, Inkay. So Inkay is probably the most useful one, although you could also get this on your Magikarp and turn it into a Gyarados. That's pretty cool. The main reason Inkay is pretty good is because Inkay has the ability Suction Cup. And that's also kind of a helpful ability. Basically what Suction Cups does is if you're fishing, it helps you get more catches. So you could just turn Inkay or a Malamar into a total utility Pokemon. So that's really, really helpful, and I kind of appreciate that. Inside this room, it might not seem like there's much. However, we do want to head all the way down over here. This ladder. And this will take us to the second floor of the east wing. So all the way back over here, we'll find the TM for the New Moon field. So we can finally set that on our own. So that is sort of the darkness field that the ability Nocturne sets. Also over here, though, is a note inside this book. To whoever find this book and read this note. This book is the product of years of research and countless experiments conducted as a genetic engineer. Though I admittedly was originally only interested in testing the genetic limitations of various species of Pokemon, I no longer sit by and observe the experiments conducted by this cult. Would scarcely be referred to humane. Our leader insists that the developing perfect Pokemon is the key world between a so-called golden age. Perhaps he's right. But I'm certain that his methods for acquiring his goals are incorrect. The time that I had spent playing together with Pokemon as a child have continually reminded me that the feelings and bonds that humans and Pokemon share are not to be trifled with. Unfortunately, it is nigh impossible to articulate this point to my colleagues, whose decisions are only swayed by data and... The truth is, I have been carefully withholding information concerning my latest experiment, whose results will only reveal themselves after the Pokemon has moved on past its stage. I want to create a Pokemon that will reward the trainer, use it with love and care, with a truly spectacular display, and that reminds everyone who sees it that even as the world continues to change for the worse, there's still a hope for better change. Just as the seasons change from winter to spring. Sadly, I know that this will be my life's last work, as I know that our leader will not be pleased that I have engaged in research that he will no doubt consider to be a waste of his precious. However, with the destruction of her laboratory, that abomination, there is no better time for me to escape with my research. I know that the cult of perfection will hunt me down eventually, and that I ultimately cannot see the results of my efforts come to fruition. Where you, whoever is reading this, come into play. Take this book with you and seek out the Delta Pokemon that I allowed to escape. To collect leaves from trees throughout the region as reminders of the journey that you too experienced. Please give this Pokemon that I was unable to provide. Though I have no data to support my claims, I can assure you that you will not find your efforts wasted in. And we will find the Book of Leaves. But originally, this was a event-only item, and there is a very specific Delta Pokemon coming up that we can use with this to change its appearance. It's going to be really cool to show that off eventually. But we still have much of this area to explore, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the final area over here. So down here, if we talk to this lady, I used to be a trainer before I became a librarian. Those days are long past, so you might find a better use for this than I will. And she'll give us a few Ultra Balls. Over here, we'll also find the Fighting Compendium. So we can go back to that fighting type guy and show him that. So I believe right here is a loose book. If we pull it, find a secret passage. Secret Pokemon. After this, we can encounter the Delta Bidoof. It is a dual dark and fairy type. And it has some pretty cool abilities too as well. One of its abilities is called Heliophobia. Basically, it loses HP during the sunlight, but it will gain HP during intense darkness. Its other ability is actually Shadow Dance, which we went over as well. It's basically another ability. It's the hidden ability of Delta Blastoise, and it increases your speed during intense darkness as well. So that's really cool. That means basically this thing works really, really well with Delta Charizard, or the Mega version of that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try to capture this. Do I have a Quick Ball? Yes, I do. It's a really, really cool Pokemon, actually. I like it. And it's kind of cute. Also, this thing evolves the same way that a regular Bidoof does, except at night. So happiness at night. It's a Delta species discovered by one of the 4 Rocket Bros in Echo the Third. Hides itself from the sun during the day and stares longingly at night. I can really understand that. It's such a mood. But anyways, with that, we have basically found everything that we can find here in the library for now. So how about we leave and head back to... Also, I want to point out that these pictures over here, watch the eyes. The eyes are always looking away from us. It's kind of creepy. I mean, it's meant to be. But I like it. It's pretty cool. I think I'm going to be heading all the way over here to this side. You also may notice there's pillars of certain heads. This is Professor Elm, and course, this is Professor Oak. We all know what he looks like. If we try to head over here, we'll find that the door is locked. And a sign on the door reads, Abandoned Wing Out. Abandoned Wing? Nice find, I see. This might just be where the prophecy is stored. I agree. Nobody knows the prophecy except for the cult leaders. It would have to be hidden somewhere. Most people wouldn't look. Are you three going to the abandoned wing? May I ask what about it interests you? Oh, we were going to look for a very old book, sir. We're trainers, you see. We're trying to take down the cults, and we figured that one prophecy about them back there. I see. You'd be surprised how many people looked for that prophecy. Tourist. I'll let you in if you want. There's no prophecy back there, but there's that one glowing orb. An orb? What do you mean? Right. It's been there since this library was built. Only one of many odds and ends lying around. For whatever reason, people believe it has something to do with the prophecy. We'll try to get it to react to them. I've already seen hundreds of people leave disappointed. You really want to waste your time? Well, we may as well try, right? Damien, for once in your life, you're right. Let us in, please. I promise we'll be quick. Fine. But we really will need to be fast. We have a lot of things to do today. Alright, it's unlocked. Glowing orb is in the far end of the abandoned wing. I'll take you to go see it. There are both wild Pokemon and possibly even trainers back here. Let's go find out what the future holds. So he's absolutely right. There's trainers back there, and there is actually going to be a tough battle coming up. So I don't know if I want to deal with that yet. Well, I do want to deal with it, but I kind of need to go heal first. Alright, so I'm back. Repel has been sprayed, and we are going to enter the abandoned wing. And that's right. There are actually some wild Pokemon back here. The cool thing is, some of them are trait evolutions like Gengar. So that's pretty cool. You'll also see these ghostly trainers back here. Hopefully I can avoid all three of them. There's three. Might be four? I don't know. So I'm just going to avoid them. That's two. And there should be one more right here. I can get... Alright, that's fine. Hopefully there's not another one. Alright, I think we're good. Back here will also be an escape rope. Well, maybe we could do that. I'm going to go ahead and save right here because we will have a battle coming up as well. Are we all here? See that glow in the back? That's the orb that supposedly has to do with prophecy. Seems like a load of rubbish in my opinion. I doubt there even was a prophecy. It's probably just a legend. But anyways, go ahead. Get this over with. Who dares wake me? What was that? What's happening? This has never happened before. It's so good to be awake again. Who do we have here? Let's guess. You're after the prophecy. You'll need to work harder than that. That's right. I'm the one who wrote it long. But you're dead wrong if you think I'll just tell you. I was the prophet, Arceus, Oracle. I've been preaching since before Hoenn was created. Want to know the secret of the future, to take it by force. Alright, I don't have any problem with that. So we're gonna have a battle here against the Oracle, or whatever they would like to call themselves. They start off with a Clay Doll, Levitate for an ability, Power Trick, Hyper Beam, Earth Power, Sandstorm. It's kind of freaky. I am just going to go ahead and Mega Evolve right here. I don't actually think there's anything speedy that I need to outspeed, so I may just go for the Shadow. I think that'll be better. I'll transform, get the knocked him up, and just one-shot this Clay Doll. Clay Doll is kind of bulky, so that's pretty good. Next up is going to be Jellicent. A Water Absorber, Curse Body, no held item, Omnis Wind, Brine, Rain Dance, and Hex. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball again. See, the field actually boosts Ghost type moves. You really wouldn't expect it, but it does. So combined with the fact that Delta Mega Charizard has something like insane 150 something base special attack, it's the same as Mega Charizard Y. And you're doing damage. So this is going to be a Mega Banette. It's actually cool. It has Shadow Ball, Embargo, Sucker Punch, and Snatch. It might actually live this. That or I'll probably get Sucker Punched. Yeah, I'm gonna get Sucker Punched. That's fine. I really didn't want Charizard to take all the glory here, because if it did, then, well, that would mean the rest of the team can't do work. So I think I'll send in Gardevoir here, because what I can do here is I can Calm Mind, because its only physical attack is Sucker Punch. And I can just slowly tank whatever it sends at me, and I can just set up on this. I would have liked to use Ludicolo, but this is kind of a ghost type, and that's not going to work. I think I'll set up like one more, maybe two more. You know what? I'll just do as much as I can get away with. So I'll go for the Ice Beam. I think that is my strongest stab here. Barely lived the Sucker Punch. Thankfully, the field was gone, because the field is boosted by Sucker Punch. After that, Delphox is going to come in. There's Blaze, no item, Psyshock, Mystical Fire, Flamethrower, and Will-O-Wisp. So, I think it's faster than me, that's unfortunate. Maybe if I set up to max, I would have lived. I'm not sure. It's fine, it kind of happens. The good news is, I could send in my Ludicolo here, and Ludicolo will resist both her stabs, and if I really wanted to, I could set up Brain Dance here to nerf the fire attacks even more, which I might do, or I might just go for the Acupressure. So that's really cool. Even if it spams Mystical Fire, which looks like it's going to, so I'm going to go ahead and set up the Rain Dance to kind of nerf that. And then I'm just going to set up the Acupressure right here. I'm just going to set up as many as I can, honestly. See if I can get a speed boost. Oh, that's nice. It nerfed my special attack. That's kind of gross. I want to see how much I can do with the stored power. Okay, that's unfortunate. The thing about the Acupressure sweeps is that it really all comes down to luck, and unfortunately, luck was not on my side. So I guess I'll have to rely on the normies or the normal mons to kind of finish things off here. So that's really unfortunate. Thankfully, we have 2 ground types considering what is going to be coming up here. So that's completely fine. Finally, Aegislash is going to come out. Stance Change for an ability. No held item, Sword Stance, King Shield, Aerial Ace, and Sacred Sword. So I'm just going to sit here and spam Earth Power. It's going to Sword Stance, but that's fine. We'll just knock it out right here. And that is going to be the Oracle. So we actually got to kind of show off everybody. I wish Ludicolo had to put in a little bit more work, but with Acupressure, it's kind of all luck. Not bad. Alright, I'll spill the beans. The prophecy has been misunderstood many, many times. Even the cult leaders have never heard the correct version. Wait, so you don't know what the real prophecy says? That's right. I'm not going to read you the entire thing. It's a terrible poem that's easy to misinterpret. I don't want to be that oracle, you know? I hope you're ready. First thing predicted was the emergence of a hero chosen by a legendary Pokemon. Secondly, this hero will succeed, undefeated and torn, move on victorious. Last, secret piece of information, that in the end the hero will join the Infernal Cult, betray their friend. That's Wait, what? One of us is going to join the Infernal Cult? Yeah, what? You can't leave us with that. Who's the hero? Can we stop that from happening? You can't avoid fate. Well, you can't say he doesn't have a flair for the dramatic. That reminds me what author L. Frank Baum did. Oh, shut up! Can you stay so calm? We're just told one of us is a traitor. This isn't the time to joke around. Well, he did say that you'll get rid of the cults, right? I'm a librarian, as prophecies go. I've heard worse. Plus, nobody knows about this, right? You can use that to your advantage. But anyways, people are probably waiting for me at the front desk, so to head back. Let me know if you need any more help with, well, with whatever library stuff I can help. See you around. Nora, listen. Don't panic about this, okay? Don't panic? Damien, we just got told we're going to lose. People are going to die. Worrying about this isn't going to help. We need to work together. If we're going to let this make us turn on each other, we might as well give up now. Oh, criticizing me already, Damien. You know, if I were an infernal cultist in disguise, I wouldn't want to draw attention to myself. But of course, you wouldn't know anything about tact, would you? Not Mr. I ran my mouth in front of cultists and got kidnapped in a garbage dump. Nora, please stop. You know what I think, Damien? I think your stepmother was right about you. I'm going to go now. I'll see you in Sonata City, I see. It's a gym there. And we'll need its badge in order to dive. Did I say all of that? I don't know what came over me. I feel awful. I'm going to go apologize. Really hope I didn't hurt him. I can't lose somebody else. Damian, wait up. Nora is kind of right. We need to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and leave the library. There's one last thing that I want to do before I end this part. Kind of hinted at it earlier. So hopefully I can continue to avoid these ghostly trainers. Ghostly figures, they're kind of spooky. And we're out of there. Okay. So I'm just going to go by the front desk. Oh, that's one room over. Okay, that's fine. It's actually really, really easy to get lost in there. I do have a map that I'll link in the description. It's not as detailed as my older maps go. I was kind of in a rush. But the one thing I wanted to do as we left is I wanted to come over here and I wanted to grab this beautiful leaf. So he'll even put it in our Delta Snorlax book of leaves for us. So this is actually why I wanted to wait, talk to this guy. because if you just take the leaf from him the first time, before you get the book, you won't mention what Delta Pokemon that it is that you're getting the book for. So that's actually really cool. That's a really cool attention to detail that I like. But anyways, I think this part has gone on for long enough. So thank you all so much for watching. We've done so much today, and we had some pretty good battles. I think we got to show off a lot of the team. I kind of clowned around quite a bit, and unfortunately some team members just didn't get to show off that much. But that's fine. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helps, and I will most definitely catch you all on the next one. Peace.